Ei, som, ei, som, ei, som, ei, som, ei, som. Ei, som, 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 ei, som. Alô, 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 alô. Continua escrevendo, continua escrevendo. Ei, 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 ei. Muito legal, muito legal. Alô, som. Eu quero rever. Alô, som. Alô. Ei, você terminou com ele, tá chorando. Que coisa, mano. Não consigo achar nada de bom. Alô, som. Você terminou com ele, tá chorando. 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 Não tem veneno, cara. Não tem veneno. Tem sangue. Você terminou com ele. Você terminou com ele, tá chorando. Você terminou com ele. Você terminou com ele, tá chorando. 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 quero colocar o VD. Só um VD. Procurando.
I'm gonna show you how. All right, first it's available and one teste to plug in. You can rename. As you can hear, it's already working and good to go. It's simple as that. But if you want to play with the settings, go ahead and click open plugin interface and it's gonna look exactly like this. You can turn it on and off whenever you wanted to and play with the size, the low cut, the high cut, the wet, the dry, for your reverb. I usually just leave it over here like very close to the middle on mine. But you can do whatever you want it to be. And that's about it. It's really simple. I usually use this whenever I sing on stream. I don't do that a lot, but and turn it on and off. If you live on now do
Baixando.
What is up, guys? I'm Yellow. Alright, first off, we're gonna need to get a plugin to use for this one. And what I use is a Tal Reaver 4. There's a bunch of plugins available for this one, but this is what I have on stream. It's available for PC and Mac, and just go ahead and click the download button if you're using a PC or Mac for streaming. After that, you can just go ahead and close this and then fire up your OBS. Go to your mic settings. We're gonna add a filter for this one. Audio filter, click the plus button right over here in this corner and choose VST to plug in. You can rename it whatever you want it to be. Reverb 464 that we just downloaded. As you can hear, it's already working and good to go. It's simple as that. But if you want to play with the settings, go ahead and click open plugin interface and it's gonna look exactly like this. You can turn it on and off whenever you wanted to and play with the size, the low cut, the high cut, the wet, the dry, for your reverb. I usually just leave it over here like very close to the middle on mine. But you can do whatever you want it to be. And that's about it. It's really simple. I usually use this whenever I sing on stream. I don't do that a lot, but if I want to, it's here and ready to go. And I just leave it like in the corner of one of my screens and just let it sit there and turn it on and off if I wanted to. So that's it. If you have any questions, feel free to leave comments down below or follow me, catch me live on stream on twitch.tv/yellowapple7. I usually stream a Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and a Saturday. Again, if you have any questions, just let me know and I'll do my best to help you. See y'all again next time. Peace.
Isso de esquecer. Se tiver como é que posso postar essa merda? Esse é um mistério. Tirar, tirar. I'll try. Don't say spirit time. I'm wasting time, but I'll think about it. My own life misunderstood.
In a recent OBS Studio update, they've enabled the ability to use a kind of just to any headphone, so you can use that. Learn more and check it out. How the whole course works. Then choose your VST plugin from the drop-down menu. Well, hold up. A name? Probably bird and crazy echoes or synthesizer sound. Now it's time. Some synthesizer can change the tone of your voice. A lot of shouting or screaming properly, so you know which is which.
Vai pra lá.
You can right click any one of them and hit rename to give it a better name rather than VST plugin. To customize what your plugins do, you click the open plugin interface button. What this looks like will very much depend on which set of VST plugins you're using and which specific effect you've applied. You have sliders and adjustment options for the various aspects of each effect. These are similar to other audio processing software or hardware. If you're unfamiliar, do some research. That's a lot more than I can really cover here. Here's a sample microphone clip with a VST chain applied so you can see how the improvements can be made. Sample clip! This is what my microphone normally sounds like. It already sounds good, it already has hardware processing applied. But if I add a little bit of VST magic, this is what my microphone could sound like. It's not necessarily better since it...
Alright, hello everybody. To add is a noise gate. So if we go back to VST 2.x plugins again, I will say there is a noise gate built into OBS, this one here, but if I'm being honest, it doesn't quite have enough. And find it on here, regate, open the plugin interface again. Now, this will change depending on your microphone settings. I have to stress that. You're going to have to tamper around with this a bit and find the settings that you want. So generally what I would suggest doing with a noise gate is talk as quietly as you can, or as quietly as you are coming in. Will not say, don't be play. This add a new VST2 plugin, call it EQ or whatever you want to call it. So a lot of people probably already know what an equalizer does, but I'll give you a rough description of what an equalizer does as we're going through it. If you go down to Re-EQ, click that, go to Open Plugin Interface, you'll be met with this, which will look a little bit daunting at first, but It's fairly obvious once you know what it is. So for this portion, I'm going to switch over to the other microphone intermittently when I'm changing settings, rather. Sorry, just so you can hear like what the difference is as I'm changing the EQ. So first off, what this does is it raises up certain parts of your like waveform and lowers 200, etc. 1000. Oops, I'm still on. For one, you can get away with using it, but it's not what we're going to cover today because I would like to go through the settings that are in the more advanced Reaper compressor. So go down to VST 2.x plugin again, call this compressor, and under plugin, go to recomp, and then open the plugin interface, and this is your compressor here. So again, much like with the noise gate, this one in particular will have a threshold. So basically anything over a certain volume, you're going to want the compressor to affect. This is going to be lower than your noise gate generally because it'll be, you basically want anything that comes in through the noise gate. After we've added all this gain and extra stuff to it, you want anything that comes in through the noise gate to be hit by your compressor almost. So I'm going to go down to minus 30 because our compressor was a little bit better. Alright, hello everybody. At the request of a few of my viewers, I have decided to do a microphone tutorial to show you guys how to set up your microphone audio, make it a little bit better. So I'm actually recording this on two different OBS windows. There's one on my other monitor over here that's recording using my usual microphone settings. And then I've got this one here, which I'll switch to now. This is my microphone without any filters or any sort of effects done to it. So you can hear, obviously, it'll be a lot quieter. And now I'll switch back to the other one. So we're going to do that intermittently through this to switch back and forth so you can hear what it sounds like. And what exactly the effects I'm doing, like the effects I'm applying, are actually doing to the audio. So to begin with, you want to click this little cog here for your microphone. Some of you can also, I actually use this thing here, an audio input capture. You can also add this if you want. Like I have one set up for a microphone. That's your default one. You can also set one up for like a different audio device if you so wish. But anyway, what you want to do is click on the cog, go to filters, and you'll see like a list here, currently empty, for audio filters. So the first one we're going to go through is gain. So we click plus icon here. You'll notice that there's a thing here called VST 2.x plugin. I'm actually going to put a link in the description below for where you can get the set of plugins we're going to be using for most of the stuff here. It's the Reaper plugin suite. It's free, so go ahead and install that, and then we'll carry on. But yeah, the first one we're going to add is gain. It's just going to be the default gain that comes with OBS because gain is nothing special. Gain is basically just volume added to your microphone for audio filters. So the first one we're going to go through is gain. So we click plus icon here. You'll notice that there's a we'll carry on. It's basically you'll be able to see on the bar at the bottom here, and you'll also be able to hear that on much more audible level. So that's what gain does. Some of you might find that your microphone already comes in hot and it's clipping. That means you're already pushing to the end of this red bar. If that is the case and you are pushing to the end of this red bar, you can apply negative gain. So, say if you...
Ei, som. Amor não é segredo entre a gente.
But So if you want to apply like -22 or something or whatever and bring it back down into a level where when you're talking normally, hovering in this yellow area, sometimes maybe skipping up to the red part when you're a little bit louder. But you want to be in this like -15 to -5 range. That's with your normal voice. That's around about where you want to be. So aim for that by fiddling around with this number. Okay, so once you've got your gain to a level that you're happy with, we're going to add the next plugin. So go to the plus button here, go to VST 2.x plugin. Now, if you haven't done so already, this is where you're going to definitely need to go and download the Reaper plugin suite that I'll put in the description of the video. And we can just call this noise removal. And under the VST 2.x plugin list here, there's one called Reaper that we're going to apply to our chain. So we hit Reaper and you open the plugin noise. So I've actually got a fan running in the background. I'm just going to switch over to this microphone now. And you can hear that fan in the background. You should be able to hear a difference in the noise, I would hope. Otherwise my settings on my other one are not as good. But anyway, switching back to my main microphone, this setting here, we're going to go to mode, change it to subtract. There's a button for automatically build noise profile. What this will do is it'll cut out any background noise until you re-click the button, and then it will like save it as a profile so that that background noise will always be reduced. So you want to be really quiet during this, click the button, let it run for a couple of seconds, and then untick it. So I'm going to just do that now. So you can see this red line here. You can actually see what difference it's done to the yellow line. I'm going to switch over to this microphone again so you can hear it. This red line here is mostly fan. It will take a little bit of your audio away. It's going to switch Reaper one. It's got a little bit more in terms of customization. And I'll go through what the settings are just so that you can obviously understand what they're going to do in the future. Let's go add this here, call it noise gate. And find it on here, regate. Open the plugin interface again. Now, this will change depending on your microphone settings. I have to stress that. You're going to have to tamper around with this a bit and find the settings that you want. So generally, find it on here, regate. You can get away with using it, but today we're going to be using the Reaper one. It's got a little bit more in terms of customization. And I'll go through what the settings are just so that you can obviously understand what they're going to do in the future. Let's go add this here, call it noise gate. And find it on here, regate. Open the plugin interface. Face again. Now, this will change depending on your microphone settings. I have to stress that. You're going to have to tamper around with this a bit and find the settings that you want. So generally what I would suggest doing with a noise gate is talk as quietly as you can, or as quietly as you are going to. I'm going to switch over to the other microphone now and just kind of half whisper, but still talking. So if I talk like this, this is around about the volume level I'm talking about. You can see that I'm coming in around here. Now if we switch back to the other microphone, you can see that when I was whispering, I was coming in at around like this area here, minus 20 decibels, I would say. So we give it a little bit of breathing room. For my settings, I'm going to set minus 25. What that means is anything under minus 25 decibels, which is around about this part here where my mouse cursor is, will not get picked up by the microphone at all. It'll be cut off. So what we can do with that is cut off certain background noises again, further than the noise removal thing. They won't even activate the mic, such as certain mouse clicks, button presses, stuff like that. I would say don't be too harsh with a noise gate because you don't want to cut off your actual speech at any point. So give it a little bit of leeway, a couple of extra decibels, and just make sure that you're still audible. If you pick up a couple of clacks on your keyboard, a couple of button presses or whatever, it doesn't matter too much, but you're trying to reduce it a little bit. That's all this is. So next we'll go over these certain settings here. Pre-open actually adds a little bit of delay to your microphone. Some people won't like that. I suggest adding a little bit of delay. You can always delay your webcam if you have a webcam in the filters as well, which I can always show you guys how to do that if you really want. But adding a little bit of delay to a pre-open, it basically seeks ahead. It looks ahead of your volume, so it delays it by a tiny bit. It looks ahead. It looks to see if it can use the noise gate or if it should use the noise gate, and it'll be like a much more natural opening to the noise gate. It won't be quite as like on-off, if that makes sense. So I set a pre-open of 100 milliseconds. Again, play around with these settings. They're going to be different for everybody. Next is the attack. This is how quickly the noise gate will open or close, depending on like, well, actually it's open, I think, but it's how quickly it does it based on when you hit this threshold. So being a live stream, being that we're doing live microphone filtering, we want to make the attack as low as possible. So just set that to 1 millisecond. That means as soon as the noise gate threshold is broken, then it will come straight on. Okay, and the next setting is hold. So what hold does is basically when you are then coming under the threshold of the noise gate, say you're like ending a sentence, that's how long the noise gate holds itself open when you go under that threshold before it then closes again. So I usually set this to 100 milliseconds. Basically, this means you won't get the end of your sentences cut off as you're trailing off, because most people naturally will get quieter as they finish a sentence. Release, similar sort of thing as hold. This is like the very end of it. Hold is kind of like in the middle. Release is the very final part. I usually set this to 500 milliseconds. Give yourself a fairly good leeway of release. You don't want to cut off the end of your sentences. Once the noise gate is open, it means you're breaching that threshold. So you should want it to naturally come down. Which brings us on to the last setting, which is hysteresis. This is a weird setting. It basically looks back at the audio history that you had input into the gate, I believe, and then figures out based on your like threshold that they call it in the business. The threshold to fit your good bass, in my opinion, for a noise gate, especially if you want to get audio similar to what mine is like. Alright, so now that you've got a noise gate set up, especially if you want to get audio similar to what mine is like. Alright, so now that you've got a noise gate set up, the next one we're going to add is equalizer. This is really subjective, by the way, I'll just say. So go down, add a new VST2 plugin, call it EQ or whatever you want to call it. So a lot of people probably already know what an equalizer does, but I'll give you a rough description of what an equalizer does as we're going through it. If you go down to Re-EQ, click that, go to Open Plugin Interface, you'll be met with this. Call it EQ or whatever you want to call it. So a lot of people probably already know what an equalizer does, but I'll give you a rough description of what an equalizer does as we're going through it. If you go down to Re-EQ, click that, go to Open Plugin Interface, you'll be met with this. And I'm going to of your sound. Really bassy voice. So this. So it's evening out and widening up. This is for that to come like rather the volume a little bit up, not the gain. Ramp up the bass a little bit more. If you think that you've got too many S's in your voice, take down the mids and the high a little bit. Lots of stuff you can do there to try and make your voice sound better in EQ. Lots of I would like to go through the settings that are in the more advanced Reaper compressor. So go down to VST 2.x plugin again, call this compressor, and under plugin, go to recomp, and then open the plugin interface, and this is your compressor here. So again, much like with the noise gate, this one in particular will have a threshold. So basically anything over a certain volume, you're going to want the compressor to affect. This is going to be lower than your noise gate generally because it'll be. You basically want anything that comes in through the noise gate after we've added all this gain and extra stuff to it. You want anything that comes in through the noise gate 25. So anyway, now that we've got that, so much like pressing it, you can hear what it's doing. So it's level. So what we want to do is under ratio, it's currently 1:1, so it's not really doing anything. If we change this to 2:1, you'll already see this is a compressor like a ridiculous number, say like 8. Basically, the compression would have me almost at the same is preferred for me. Your lows and your highs at a certain point, and it's, as it says, compressing them into a more level volume. So it's taking your quieter moment
Ei, ei, porque você se foi. Porque você
and your louder moments, and it's pushing them together to make a more level waveform. All the way through, you don't get whispery parts and you don't get like super loud parts that break your ears. There is another setting here called the knee size. I'm not super clear on what it does, but I think it's a little bit like the hysteresis. I think it's a little bit of a leeway. I usually just set this to 4, and it sounds good to me. So again, play around with this. I don't think it's going to do too much. Mainly it's the ratio that you're worried about. This is the main important one. Set this to where you're happy with it. Some microphones will be different, so again, this isn't going to be the same for everybody. But like I say, ratio 2:1 should. If you go into the description of the video down below, there'll actually be a link to a thing called LoudMap. Windows drive, and go to Program Files. There'll be a folder called VST Plugins. This should be where it installed your Reaper plugins, unless you changed it. I would have recommended against changing it, but you might have done that if you know what you're doing and you put it into a. Right, anyway. Or and open the interface. So this isn't like super compatible with OBS, which sounds weird for me to be recommending it, but when I say that, I basically mean unless you hold the button, you don't actually see what it does, but it does the thing it's supposed to do. So what you want to do is drag this first bar down to a certain threshold. I'm going to say -5. What that's doing is essentially
E aí, beleza? Muito mais vídeos para vocês, um plugin de reverb que eu tava procurando há muito tempo.
What is up, guys? I'm Yellow Apple 7, and today I'm gonna show you how to add reverb using VST2 plugin in OBS. Let's go. Alright, first off, we're gonna need to get a plugin to use for this one. And what I use is a Tile Reverb 4. There's a bunch of plugins available for this one, but this is what I have on stream. It's available for PC and Mac, and just go ahead and click the download button if you're using a PC or Mac for streaming. After that,
de estudar. Esse canal pertence a você, o nosso dos anos 80, todo sobre o assunto, espiritualidade. Mas antes eu devo lembrar que eu estou usando uma DAO aqui que não importa o nome, porque todos os procedimentos e processos que eu vou usar no canal, a gente, eu quero que seja um clube.
after that, you can just go ahead and close this and then fire up your OBS. Go to your mic settings. We're gonna add a filter for this one. Audio filter, click the plus button right over here in this corner and choose VST2 plug in. You can rename it whatever you want it to be. Reverb, we can just leave it like that. Hit OK, and then choose the Tile Reverb 464 that we just downloaded. As you can hear, it's already working and good to go. It's simple as that. But if you want to play with the settings, go ahead and click Open Plugin Interface, and it's gonna look exactly like this. You can turn it on and off whenever you wanted to, and play with the size, the low cut, the high cut, the wet, the dry of your reverb. I usually just leave it over here like very close to the middle on mine, but you can do whatever you want it to be, and that's about it. It's really simple. I usually use this whenever I sing on stream. I don't do that a lot, but if I want to, it's here and ready to go. And I just leave it like in the corner of one of my screens and just let it sit there and turn it on and off if I wanted to. So that's it. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment down below or follow me, catch me live on stream on twitch.tv/yellowapple7. I usually stream a Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and a Saturday. Again, if you have any questions, just let me know and I'll do my best to help you. See you again next time. Peace.
That's what's going on. Nothing's fine, I'm torn. I'm all out of faith. This is how I feel. I'm cold and I am shamed. Lying naked on the floor. Illusion never changed into something real. I'm wide awake and I can see the perfect sky is torn. You're a little late. I'm already torn.
Alô? 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 Alô, som. Alô, som. Você terminou com ele, tá chorando. 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 Esse aqui tá bom. Vou fechar aqui. Meu Deus, olha o tanto de vídeo que eu tô aberto aqui, velho. Calma aí. Você terminou com ele, tá chorando. 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 Você terminou com ele. Você terminou com ele, tá chorando. 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 Você terminou. Você terminou. Você terminou. Ei, som. Ei, som. É, velho, vai ser difícil manter isso melhor que isso. Igual aqui, deixa eu deixar em 15. Ei, som. Ei, som. Ei, som. Alô, teste. Ei, som. Alô, teste. Você terminou com ele, tá chorando. 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 Quer água com açúcar, oh, meu amor. Ele tá chorando. Quer água com açúcar, oh, meu amor. Você terminou com ele, tá chorando. Quer água com açúcar, oh, meu amor. Chorando. Quer água com açúcar, oh, meu amor. Ei, som. Você terminou com ele, tá chorando. Quer água com açúcar, oh, meu amor. Vamos tentar fazer agora. Puta. Você terminou com ele, tá chorando. Quer água com açúcar, oh, meu amor. E se eu te contar que a água acabou? O açúcar que tem é só, meu amor. Oh, e coincidência, oh, eu sozinho e você só. Eu sozinho e você só. Você terminou com ele, tá chorando. Quer água com açúcar, oh, meu amor. E se eu te contar que a água acabou? O açúcar que tem é só, meu amor. Oh, coincidência, oh, eu sozinho e você só. Ih, buceta. Você terminou com ele, tá chorando. Quer água com açúcar, oh, meu amor. E se eu te contar que a água acabou? O açúcar que tem é só, meu amor. Oh, e coincidência, oh, eu sozinho e você só. Vai diminuir um pouco aqui. Eu sozinho e você só. Você terminou com ele, tá chorando. Quer água com açúcar, oh, meu amor. E se eu te contar que a água acabou? O açúcar que tem é só, meu amor. Coincidência, eu sozinho e você só. Ei, som, ei. Ei, som. Ei, som, alô. Você terminou com ele, tá chorando. Você Você terminou com ele, tá chorando. Você terminou com ele, tá chorando. Vamos ver aqui como é que vai ficar com a música. Você terminou com ele, tá chorando. Quer água com açúcar, oh, meu amor. E se eu te contar que a água acabou? O açúcar que tem é só o meu amor. Oh, e coincidência, oh, eu sozinho e você só. Porque a gente não se amarra um no outro e dá um nó. Eu sei você quer desistir, mas tem uma opção melhor. Antes de desistir do amor, tenta o meu, por favor. Vai ser agora. Você terminou com ele, tá chorando. Quer água com açúcar, oh, meu amor. E se eu te contar que a água acabou? O açúcar que tem é só o meu amor. Oh, e coincidência, eu sozinho e você só. Porque a gente não se amarra um no outro e dá um nó. Eu sei você quer desistir, mas tem uma opção melhor. Antes de desistir do amor, tenta o meu, por favor. Maneiro, deixa eu ver como é que ficou aqui no file. Você terminou com ele, tá chorando. Quer água com açúcar, oh, meu amor. E se eu te contar que a água acabou? O açúcar que tem é só o meu amor. Oh, e coincidência, oh, eu sozinho e você só. Porque a gente não se amarra um no outro e dá um nó. Não se amarra. Vamos aqui. Vou tentar de novo. Você terminou com ele, tá chorando. Quer água com açúcar, oh, meu amor. E se eu te contar que a água acabou? O açúcar que tem é só o meu amor. Oh, que coincidência, oh, eu sozinho e você só. Porque a gente não se amarra um no outro e dá um nó. Eu sei você quer desistir, mas tem uma opção melhor. Antes de desistir do amor, tenta o meu, por favor. Um no outro e dá um nó, se amarra. Açúcar, você terminou com ele, tá chorando. Quer água com açúcar, oh, meu amor? E se eu te contar que a água acabou? O açúcar que tem é só o meu amor. Oh, que coincidência, oh. Eu sozinho e você só. Porque a gente não se amarra um no outro e dá um nó. Eu sei você quer desistir, mas tem uma opção melhor. Antes de desistir do amor, tenta o meu, por favor. Um no outro e dá um nó, se amarra. Açúcar, você terminou com ele, tá chorando. Quer água com açúcar? Porque a gente não te contar que é açúcar. Você terminou com ele, tá chorando. Do amor, acho outro e dá um nó. Essa regulagem tá show. Você terminou com ele, tá chorando. Quer água com açúcar, oh, meu amor? E se eu te contar que a água acabou? O açúcar que tem é só o meu amor. Oh, que coincidência, oh. Eu sozinho e você só. Porque a gente não se amarra um no outro e dá um nó. Eu sei você quer desistir, mas tem uma opção melhor. Antes de desistir do amor. Vamos de live agora. No início foi assim, terminou, tá terminado, cada um pro seu lado. Nem precisa ligar mais. Só que fui eu quem terminou e quem foi largado não espera. Eu segui minha vida até ela começar a seguir a dela. E do meio pro final eu só ia pra onde ela tava. Cada beijo no rosto que outra boca dava eu morria de raiva. E ela tava mais linda cada vez. O ciúme não tava batendo, tava dando porrada. Eu implorei pra voltar, ela me matou na unha. Disse que eu tava solteiro, porra nenhuma. Implorei pra voltar, não me manda embora. Sou preso, a tua vida era só liberdade provisória. Vai ter que me aceitar de volta. Como é que ficou isso? Se eu te contar que a terminou, tá terminado. No início foi assim, terminou, tá terminado, cada um pro seu lado. Nem precisa ligar mais, só que fui eu quem terminou e quem foi largado não espera. Eu segui minha vida até ela começar a seguir a dela. E do meio pro final eu só ia pra onde ela tava. Cada beijo no rosto que outra boca dava eu morria de raiva. E ela tava mais linda cada vez. O ciúme não tava batendo, tava dando porrada. Eu implorei pra voltar, e ela me matou na unha. Disse que eu tava solteiro, porra nenhuma. Implorei pra voltar, não me manda embora. Sou preso, a tua vida era só liberdade provisória. Vai ter que me aceitar de volta. Eu vou ter que comentar um pouco aqui o desktop. Se eu te contar que a... Vamos de novo. Terminou, tá terminado. Vamos de lá. No início foi assim, terminou, tá terminado, cada um pro seu lado. Nem precisa ligar mais, só que fui eu quem terminou e quem foi largado não espera. Eu segui minha vida até ela começar a seguir a dela. E do meio pro final eu só ia pra onde ela tava. Cada beijo no rosto que outra boca dava eu morria de raiva. E ela tava mais linda cada vez que eu olhava. O ciúme não tava batendo, tava dando porrada. Eu implorei pra voltar, e ela me matou na unha. Disse que eu tava solteiro. Eu implorei pra voltar. Vez era, nem precisa. No início foi assim, terminou, tá terminado, cada um pro seu lado. Nem precisa ligar mais, só que fui eu quem terminou e quem foi largado não espera. Eu segui minha vida até ela começar a seguir a dela. E do meio pro final eu só ia pra onde ela tava. Cada beijo no rosto que outra boca dava eu morria de raiva. E ela tava mais linda cada vez que eu olhava. O ciúme não tava batendo, tava dando porrada. Eu implorei pra voltar, e ela me matou na unha. Disse que eu tava solteiro. Eu implorei pra voltar. Última tentativa. No início foi assim, terminou, tá terminado, cada um pro seu lado. Nem precisa ligar mais, só que fui eu quem terminou e quem foi largado não espera. Eu segui minha vida até ela começar a seguir a dela. E do meio pro final eu só ia pra onde ela tava. Eu implorei pra voltar. Foi assim, terminou, tá terminado, cada um pro seu lado. Nem precisa ligar mais. Só que fui eu quem terminou e quem foi largado não espera. Eu segui minha vida até ela começar a seguir a dela. E do meio pro final eu só ia pra onde ela tava. É assim, ficou muito bem configurado. Vou tentar fazer uma live depois, mas eu preciso colocar. Vamos encerrar a transmissão.